the decay of the room is being automated, so that fundamental thing is changing all before it hits both distortions, this one and the one before. When I checked this morning, I was like, great, that really makes my point well, because it's all Logic plugins. It's plugins I've had since I was like 13 and I first got Logic. But the thing that was interesting to me was the idea of how can I trigger the distortion in a way that's going to feel really alive. Yeah. This would be the thing I would most like advise people to do, is like actually, you know what? This before I play this is a useful thing. I will show plugins on this one sound, because everyone asks me about this sound, and I think it demonstrates my point in a way that I'm happy to share. So this sound that comes at the end of this song, sorry, I've derailed our lovely closer there. Yeah. There's this sound that comes here in this song that sounds like this.
So this is on Scared.
Yeah. This sound now. So yeah, that sound, loads and loads of people have asked me about how I made that, and I didn't know, but I checked this morning, and it's just Logic plugins it's just Logic synth going into Logic plugins, but the order of them is quite interesting, because so basically it's this sound, a retro synth sine square saw wave, I think. But I'm automating the glide, so it's sliding at different speeds, and then at some point doing a few more things than that. But the basically it goes into this. That could be a chroma verb, it's just giving it a sense of space. But then the thing that's fun is that this flanger is basically set and automated. There's all these things that I've just sort of moved whilst I was playing it, the rate and the intensity and the things in the EQ are moving as well. But basically, that flanger sound is going into the phase distortion, and what that means is that there's just like an infinite quantity of variables of resonances that are triggering the phase distortion. If I put them the other way around and the flanger comes after the phase distortion, the sound becomes much simpler again. It's just very predictably, you just hear the flanger, whereas when those resonances are forced into the distortion before, it means that it's poking and triggering the distortion constantly in different ways. And then as well as that, there's also like things like the decay of the room is being automated, so that fundamental thing is changing all before it hits both distortions, this one and the one before. Which means, I mean, that's a simpler version of the chords, but I just find that so satisfying to listen to, the way it's like hitting the distortion in different resonances. And I was pleasantly surprised when I checked this morning. I was like, great, that really makes my point well, because it's all Logic plugins. It's plugins I've had since I was like 13 and I first got Logic. But the thing that was interesting to me was the idea of how can I trigger the distortion in a way that's going to feel really alive. And that was just a new idea. It was the idea, not the like having a new thing that I think led to a sound that I was really excited by. The one other thing I should say, so I'm not selling it a little bit short, is that I did then split it into all its different monophonic notes so that I could change the speed of the glide of each note. So each note is sliding to different notes at different speeds, which is what gives it the feeling of like this.
Don't you ever show you scared, baby.
That helps give it a little bit of expression too. But yeah, the main idea is that thing.
Yeah. This episode is being supported by Tape It, the iPhone app made specifically for musicians. If you, like many of our guests, use voice memos, then switching to Tape It is an obvious choice. And now, Tape It has layering. This means you can record over your voice notes, try out top lines, stack harmonies, build up instruments, jam with yourself, and so much more. Layering is such an exciting addition to Tape It's long list of features to help you stay creative and organised, including the ability to record straight from your lock screen, set markers, add notes, and add photos of settings. You can easily import your old voice notes, sync to the cloud, and create shared playlists with co-writers and bandmates. So, head to the link below to install Tape It and use the promo code TAPENOTES to receive a whopping 20% off Tape It Pro. And now, back to the episode.
This would be the thing I would most like advise people to do is like, I've spent so many thousands of hours wasted on plugins and getting into the weeds in these things. Like, I would just say, I've made it so that my Logic, I've just got this one menu that just has the 8 plugins I use, or whatever that is, 12 or whatever. And you like we it just doesn't matter. You want to do the things that liberate your mind to be hearing well, not whether or not this compressor or this compressor or this distortion and this distortion. The thing that's most dangerous about getting so into that is that you'll forget about whether or not the chorus is wrong, or like whether or not the chord progression actually is not serving the feeling right. Like I did a few days like kind of teaching at some unis last year, and one of the things we did that was a good way of demonstrating this is I made a session that made a few sounds, a vocal, a drum, and a guitar thing, like a cool sound, and I made the exact same sound in like all Logic, same sound in all another set of plugins, same sound in all another one, and I played them for everyone, and it was all the same, like, and it was good or bad, it just depending on what your ear and judgment is, like it just could not matter less. Like I think there's the category of like a plugin that's like really playful and random and like a crazy new synth that really surprises you. I think playing with things like that, like toys and other things, is a great thing to do. But in terms of like your reverb, compressor, EQ, all these things, I would just say delete everything apart from just choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter what you choose; they're all great. Choose which one you like the most sound of most, and just work within that, and then focus on writing songs is what I would say.
Yeah, very interesting. But I guess you put in the hours and you've come to that conclusion, and I'm sure you've learned something along the way. In terms of,
but I think what I've learned is that what matters is your ear. So I think if I could go back, I mean, I would be like, there's a lot of like writings and articles and things about hearing the difference between this one and this one, and if you can't hear that, then you really need to work on your ear and all these things. It's quite like, and it's all Emperor's New Clothes. It's all, I've seen people make the most incredible sounding records in every way, so therefore all that matters is the ear. Like I've seen people do it in the, all tape analog SSL desk, and it's incredible, and I've seen Sonny do it all in a laptop, and it sounds better than in that way. So there's clearly then it's most important to just liberate your headspace and not be worried about being like this, like you're a scientist, and just think like, okay, does it EQ? Yes, great. Do I like the way it sounds? Great, next. Yeah, I'm very passionate about that.
Yeah, fascinating. Right, we're going to take a quick break, and then the next song we're going to look at, and then the next song we're going to look at. Right, we're going to take a quick break. See, I can't do it.
Shall I do it? No. We're going to take a quick break, and the next song we're going to look at.